All right, guys, welcome back. We are taking you to Volskaya Foundry or Volskaya Industries, apparently. And with me is nRg if you're just tuning in. And once again, we have Red Rockets versus Team Dynamics. We just saw a great game between these two teams on Infernal Shrines with Team Dynamics walking away with a definitely a hard fought victory over Red Rockets.
Yeah, great fight between them. Dynamics actually had a slightly at the beginning, but Red Rockets actually was to get some nice picks in the middle of their game there, which almost swung the tide in their favor. They actually had a level lead, but Team Dynamics, man, they recognized the soak and prepped a nice team fight near their shrines at the very end and helped that Punisher push it through for them. That was really good play by them.
Yeah, that definitely was the case. Uh, I mean, the plays from Team Dynamics once they got the coordination down for the Saints and the poles and the Warden's Cage and Cleansing Flame, they got themselves, kind of a hell in the cell kind of scenario going on, where Warden's Cage comes out and it's like, okay, guys, um, time for you to all die.
Yeah, multi-tethered, getting that quest done. But that bunker and Alex clutch ults, man, that definitely saved the day a lot for them. Not to mention the Tyrael Sanct came in a couple times too. A lot of clutch ults though.
Yeah, definitely the case. Like they they looked good. And honestly, Red Rockets looked overall just as good. They made some really good macro decisions on certain things. They did make a bit of a flounder at the end there where they were deciding whether they were going to backdoor or not. But I don't think that ultimately mattered too much. Uh, I don't think they would have won that game like that. But unfortunately, unfortunately for them, that last team fight really was it for them. And hopefully this time they'll be able to make a comeback. Unfortunately for them, Volskaya Foundry was actually the map pick of Team Dynamics.
Yeah, very interesting. They had to ban the Maiev. Not sure why. They didn't want them to have it, just because I know that, who doesn't want Maiev on Volskaya?
Yeah, I think you can almost say like, kind of like Hanzo. You can basically be like, do I want Hanzo? Um, do I not have another ranged hero yet? Yes, like that's pretty much the answer. And then Mayev might be a little bit more tentative, depending on what kind of team comp you're building. But like you can often say, yes, I'll take a Mayev and then build the rest of my team around her.
Team Dynamics grabbing the Stukov instead of Red Rockets this time, but Red Rockets looking pretty solid with the Hanzo. I'm
Yeah.
very curious to see what this Hanzo can bring.
So interestingly, they took the Diablo and the Stukov. So they literally ripped it from the hands of Red Rockets this time, not allowing them to have it. And this offers them the opportunity to potentially ban Malfurion, and maybe we'll see Alex as the pick here for Red Rockets. Instead, okay, so they're opting for the Malfurion so they don't get it banned out, and they're going to get Barash, who is often seen as a ban at higher level games just because he's often terrifying to play against.
Yeah, with the root, the picks, and the pokes by Hanzo, they're looking to isolate a few players. They want that Diablo just to dive in and get rooted and then picked and thrown back while Stukov can't really heal. But I mean, for Team Dynamics to actually do something here, I think they might have to get some nice AoE. Maybe the Junkrat, maybe the KT. I've been seeing a lot of KT lately. It might actually help their team.
Yeah, KT seems to be making a bit of a resurgence. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, he's not bad, don't get me wrong, but I'm not quite sure like why people started deciding, okay, let's pick up Kel'Thas now instead of someone else. Like Jaina is really nice still, and she kind of has like this ebb and flow. I feel like that's probably what's happening with Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas is getting this ebb and flow stage where people are like, let's try Kel'Thas again and see like why did people not play him? Isn't he good? Or we think he's still good. And yeah, maybe we'll see him in this set.
Yeah, putting fire bombs on Garrosh as he's trying to pick off people, having it spread to the back line. Seems really solid. Malfurion probably won't be able to keep up with that healing on the dots. But like you said, the Jaina is also very strong for Volskaya. And we've seen a lot of Jainas, even in the pro leagues, come out for this map.
Yeah, and Jaina is both great with Garrosh and also great against Garrosh because he can't run at you. Like good luck trying to run at the enemy team when you're slowed by a Jaina. And at the same time, if you're facing a Jaina with the Garrosh, it's like good luck surviving the taunt blizzard and like icy veins blow up damage. Like normally Jaina has a hard time dumping all that damage into a target because she might be able to queue all day long, but she has to walk up with the most common build nowadays, which is usually picking up the regen globes at one instead of the extra range.
Yeah, Junkrat banned by Red Rockets. It's a pretty good ban. I was kind of expecting Team Dynamics to possibly grab it, but I think Red Rockets recognize his strength on this map, so they don't want to be, you know, concussion mined into the Garrosh or vice versa.
Yeah, and it works like Junkrat is great in both teams. Like I guess anything that works against Garage is also really good with Crush. Do you want to displace people further? Pick Junkrat. Do you want to protect your team from Garage like charging at you? Pick Junkrat.
Yeah, Junkrat able to do a lot of work on this map. I mean, he's got traps, he's got mines, he's got really good poke, wave clear. That's a good ban. However, Dynamics grabbing the Tychus and the Blaze. Blaze is a really strong character, but Tychus is a direct counter to anything that's high health, such as Garrosh.
Yeah, and what's nice about him is that he just melts through. The armor doesn't matter. He just is doing percent damage, which is essentially like true damage in this case. And because of that, it doesn't matter if he's stacked to 40 armor. It doesn't matter if he had infinite armor. He's going to do HP damage, and HP damage helps counter like that high armor that you essentially need either armor shredding or a Tychus to be able to like keep that damage on him to die.
And Odin, no joke on this map too, just to kind of isolate people, push back anything that's in range of their enemy team. He can just kind of kick back and chill for a little bit and rise up front when needed, especially when Garrosh is trying to pick somebody.
Yeah, and he also is almost not a soft counter, but he almost becomes with Odin able to deal with someone like a Hanzo with the range. He can sit back like we were saying and just poke down the enemy team. And Hanzo's the only way to really deal with an Odin, and vice versa. Odin's right now the only way for Team Dynamics to deal with the Hanzo. And for the final two picks, we're going to see the Leo and the Jaina. Well, I've seen Leo a lot more than probably I say in the past like 3 months, or in the last month. I'm seeing him more than the last 3 months combined, and I feel like people are realizing Leo is pretty good, and he also often can beat Blaze pretty well in lane because his Drain Hope works tremendously well against Blaze, and he then eventually wins the lane like that.
Okay, so there's the other mage, Ming coming back. Now Ming is a very strong character all around, and even if you just get the nice pokes and play it back a little bit, you can just whittle down the front line effectively with her, even more so. And I kind of agree with the Ming pick over the KT just because of that factor that she can just be in the back, throw out the orbs, get those magic missiles. She's also very good at getting the globes on this lane too, so she get a lot of value off her level one.
Yeah, the the value out of Lane Ming here seems pretty high because there's a couple things that can happen. Li Ming can be comboed by, or basically, Li Ming will get the APOC value and then be set up for resets potentially because the APOC combo should knock someone down to, maybe about 70 to 50% life, depending on who he's knocking into the walls. And Li Ming then comes in, dropping an orb and Q combo, and all of a sudden they're basically dead. And then, a quick love tap, and she gets resets for days.
Yeah, I'm predicting Ming value game on this one on the side of Team Dynamics. I mean, I kind of favored them in the last game, but this game I think that they did the right call by grabbing the Ming. Just kind of push back whoever's up in front, especially the Garrosh. Garrosh is going to have a really tough time just trying to get anybody. He's going to need the help of the slows from the Jaina and possibly the slows from the Leo to even just grab anybody and flip them.
Yep. So, introducing to all of you Red Rockets. We got Ector on that Malfurion. We got Kadra on the Jaina. Taku on the Garrosh. Humansley on that Leoric. And finally, we got Real Murphy on Hanzo.
Team Dynamics. We got Blaze, played by Summer Ash. Diablo, played by Captain Mir Mask. The Stukov being played by Ranks. We also have the Taikas being played by Darbo. And Li Ming being played by Tempest up in the top lane.
Yeah, it's interesting that they did essentially the same thing as the last game, which is they were opting to have the 1-3-1 split. Taku getting it, and a nice root coming out from Ector, but it won't be enough. Taku taking a lot of tower damage there in the meantime, however.
Oh, I like the BM spray there. You can't catch me.
Indeed. That's the thing. Like, it was a very very wishful play. Like, Garrosh would have to go in, take a bunch of damage, and then Li Ming would still have the ability to, blink on over. Another spray coming on down. Tempest, just letting him know, I'm here. I'm going to blink away, and you're not going to catch me.
Yeah, Tempest looks like he's pretty comfortable in this Li Ming. And like I said, I feel like a lot of value is going to be shown with this character on this team comp here.
Yeah, they do have to deal with the fact that Kadra is just able to annihilate these waves all day long. Like, Jaina just rips through waves way faster than Tychus does. Now, Tychus in Stukov can definitely do some good wave clear, but Jaina on her own can basically solo the lanes. A Blizzard with an E, and it's a dead wave.
Yep, slight pause here. We're just going to figure out what's going on with the player.
Yeah, it looks like he's down for the count in the meantime, so we just have to wait for him to get back. Looks like the clock is 11:38 my time, so it's till 11:48 to return. So far,
clock ticking.
yeah, so far it's pretty even. We got Redemption picked up. We got the Nature Swiftness, Consume Vitality, Fingers of Frost, the Unrivaled Strength. So that's not strange, but it's also interesting because we don't see that too often anymore. We often see the Q quest come on out, the Warbreaker for the Groundbreaker, or if I got the talent name right. And it's interesting to see he's opted for the extra range instead of the extra ability to throw out more Qs and the ability to additionally get a shield eventually from that.
I like how Li Ming went with Force Armor just to kind of combat Jaina or any kind of spell damage come out from her. Did not go the other talent, which would have given her more mana, more spell power each globe. Force Armor is generally what I like to go with Li Ming, especially when I see a mage on the end of the enemy.
Yeah, this is a really good a really good pickup on the part of Tempest, and it's really going to be important because of the fact they have Jaina and Hanzo.
Been seeing that redemption build a lot on the Hanzos.
Yeah, the Hanzo does have redemption build, but a lot of his damage will still be coming through with, the arrows and from the his bow. Uh,
Yep. His basic attacks do a lot of damage, plus the scatter arrows, tons of value. Hanzo's so good.
yeah. So, Ming with that Force Armor should negate a lot of the damage potential from Hanzo, as long as she can land it. And we're also actually getting a nice pickup here from Red Rockets. They're going to pick up their camp here before the objective actually comes up, which is, really important. A lot of teams will clear waves and they'll just sit around kind of like, okay, what do we do now? And we're going to see the same thing happen on the side of Team Dynamics.
Yeah,
Diablo
both
going to
teams just
cover.
both picking up their items, getting ready to prep on this objective. I like how the bruisers got took though.
Yeah, this is really good because they now have pressure on the top lane that Team Dynamics essentially has to deal with. But they will counter by picking up their own camp as well, which means that they've essentially, negated all the pressure from that camp, and they can just kind of get onto the objective. Both teams, almost dead even between like what they're choosing to do. So they get the early position, which is really important, in that if you sit on the point, you can't really do anything to stop it. You have to force the enemy team off. You really want to get onto that position first. But normally, if you're feeling good about your team comp, you'll force them off, you'll get the position, and then it's essentially round 2. There's the engage from Summer Ash, a 3-man stun, and there comes a root, a 3-man root. There's a big old blizzard dropped on the heads of Team Dynamics, and they are going to force them on out. Summer Ash getting really low, will manage to stay up. Stukov dropping the heals, keeping it all alive. They should be able to tap. Tempest trying his best to last on there, but it will not be for long. Walking away, and there goes the Punisher, or sorry, the Protector.
Yeah, Team Dynamics though, that was a pretty risky move by them, enabled to save the day by the Stukov. Put down the silence just in time, able to kind of give people heals, but they had to disengage and respect that Frost Ring by Jaina.
Yeah, the blizzard that dropped down did so much damage. I mean, it was just like one AoE effect after the other from both teams that just had such great impact. And unfortunately, Blizzard does kind of won that war for them. The other side being that Team Dynamics kind of waited a very long time to decide to fight, and after they lost that, even after tapping, they didn't have enough time to make it back to contest for round 2.
Yeah, the robot getting a lot of value here. This is generally what you do. You just go for the walls on the first robot, and possibly get 2 walls is almost guaranteed before you have to kind of like let it go.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go to top. The only reason I say that is because if you're fighting for the next Punisher, or sorry, the next Protector, it preps that lane for you. So you can basically walk through with the second Protector, which is significantly more important just due to how much more powerful it is. And you take a fort, and then you can even threaten the top wall by doing so.
Yeah, both walls down for mid and bottom lane against Team Dynamics. However, they're keeping up with the XP lead, and lane pressure isn't too bad.
Yeah, that's definitely really important because despite losing all those structures, they're actually like literally a slither ahead Team Dynamics, which is, very impressive to say the least. Tempest, though, getting rotated down on, manages to avoid the actual Q from Thrall, but won't avoid the throat. So there's the re-engage. Captain Murmas coming on in. They'll get the kill onto Jaina. Really, really big. Tempest now ready to throw down once again.
Good heals by Stukov, just coming out, keeping his people fresh, ready, prepped. Tempest was able to get out of there just in time, and now they're going to look at the health pack here to try to re-engage on the point.
Yeah, I definitely like this. They know they're here at this point, but there's nothing they can really do. So 10's been hit. They won't really have much window of time to like exploit their advantage, but they're safe in knowing that they can fight for the next objective with a little bit of an advantage.
Taika's carrying that health pack. Blaze at the bottom just clearing lanes. Stukok over here, though, getting ready these bruisers.
Yeah, I like that they're getting the bruisers. You'll see that on the opposing side, the siege camp was not picked up, but Captain Murmask needing to be saved. Raven X dropping that flail, and thanks to Devil's Due, Captain Murmask basically taps a well and is full HP at this point.
With a lost turret there on the side of Team Dynamics, we're looking at a turret still being held by Red Rockets. And as they prep their bruiser, they're looking at point B here very soon with a turret.
Yeah, this is going to help them. The counter, of course, is that they do have the health pack. So as long as they are fighting around each other, which is also not exactly what you want, in that Jaina gets a ton of value if you're fighting, in a tight spot.
Yeah, Humanity on that Leo there almost got picked off by 4 people, but was able just to ghost walk that off. Like, shrug it off, and I'm back with my team, ready.
Yeah, they should be able to fight this now. They do have all heroics available. Flailing Swipe should be up very shortly. Humansley is getting knocked down there. There's a big old APOC coming on in. The Unstoppable being used, but it's not going to be good enough as one goes down. Garrosh is next up on the list as they are trying to take him down. Captain Murmask is really low. Taku will actually survive this. Hector getting melted a little bit there from the rest of Team Dynamics.
Yeah, there's the Odin there, like I was saying, just zoning out people, keeping everybody back a little bit. Hey, you can't come in until I'm done with my Odin. And Team Dynamics is playing this correctly here, just keeping people isolated. However, Diablo's a little bit low, and this is Red Rocket's time to shine.
And they do secure the kill. They do. There comes the Entomb onto Summer Ash. They get Narabo, but it won't matter. The Flailing Swipe coming out. It must have still been on cooldown. Please, Blizzard, fix UI. Yeah, Raven X, if he had the swipe up, held it for too long and didn't save Murmask. But if it just came up, it's really unfortunate because they blew the swipe. They lose Murmask's souls, and I don't think they can re-engage now.
Very true, very true. It's going to be very tough for them just to kind of get on top of that point, and have their team be protected with no failing swipes in the APOC.
Yeah. Additionally, like no health essentially on Murmask at this point. Like he's almost a wet paper bag. But they're actually going to give it up. Like they're a little. Oh, looks like there's another pause coming on out.
Yeah, before that, though, it's 96% sitting on the side of Red Rockets just to kind of get that point secured. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're just going to back up a little bit and just regroup and then probably collapse on the enemy team here very soon.
Yeah, they do have that 13. And so the 13 advantage is going to be really critical for them here because they already blew, very, very important heroics. And so for the 13s, we're going to see low blow here, which is, I don't think it's very common, but it's very interesting choice because they have the APOCs, they have the stuns from Diablo, and then they have Blaze's stun as well. So if they can knock someone down into the low blow, that lurking arm is going to do so much damage, 150% more damage to someone below 30% health, which is huge, especially against someone like a Garrosh, who with a Tychus is, melting through his HP pool. All right.
Yeah, very good point.
It looks like we're going to be jumping back into the game. Yeah, they also picked up the fuel leak. We got the illusionist coming out. We have the devastating charge, and we finally have that's the stuff. So that's really big. There's a charge from Murmask. He gets thrown in back. There's a stun coming on out the root zoning. There's an APOC, not going to connect with anyone, but the bunker saves Murmask for now.
Yeah, Leo just used his Entomb on the Tychus, did not get any value, and he had to just run back with his team as they were getting whittled down.
And thanks to the engage there, that even though it wasn't successful, really pushed them back as both teams blew through heroics, accomplishing nothing. Team Dynamics, on the other hand, had the position to just stay on there.
Here they are grouping up, and they want this keep before this robot goes down, and they're probably going to actually high tide it to mid, which is probably the very good option for them right now. They still need to get these towers and these walls.
Yeah, they're actually going to opt for the top keep, which is really nice. They're just melting through this really fast, and with that lurking arm, they cannot walk forward at this point.
Our protector just kind of whittling down these towers. I'm not sure if they're going to actually go for this keep after these towers.
Yeah, now that 13's been reached and everyone is up on both sides, it looks like they're going to try and engage potentially in the back line. There's your man's late. There's the throw on Summer Ash. Bunker's being used. Tychus is getting so much value, just melting through Leo's health pool. And this keep is really low. They might be able to survive, and it's going to blow up. There's a big old root. There's the Dragon's Arrow. They have now engaged. Tranquility is out. There's Odin being used. A Ring of Frost landing on 4 members, and Blizzard coming on out with the Flailing Swipe in tow to try and disengage the situation. Darabo, though, is rather low, and he will be the first down on Team Dynamics. Raven X being tossed into the fray, and, well, say goodbye to Stukov, because his low blow is not going to be saving him there.
Yeah, excellent usage of the stun by the Garrosh on the side of Red Rockets. He got multi-man stuns, just able to slow down people, threw back to Stukov. There goes the healer, and they're able to actually persuade even more chase, pushing back Team Dynamics, even though they took almost that top keep, which is still like, what, a pixel?
Yeah, this is pretty much, we have 654 health left on that. I mean, that's nothing. It's absolutely crazy. I feel like they should have just stayed and hit it. They could have hit it one more time with that protector, and with 2 people smacking it after that, it would have gone down. And then even if they did lose 2 people, it would have been a much more valuable situation. Tempest is actually going to try and backdoor this.
I like this. He don't care. This is the man of BMs. He's going to get the spray. I'm waiting for that spray. Thank you.
Oh, baby. The B-step action from Tempest.
That was a very cheeky play. And that's the value of Li Ming, just kind of getting in and out of danger while putting that pressure on. And, secure that keep. Hey, you need to go up there, Li Ming, and do your thing. There she was.
Yeah, and the great thing is she picked up Illusionist, so even if she did get caught, she's able to just, pop on out again.
Yep, getting that extra teleport when she's below health.
So they're now going to have to deal with a lot of pressure in the top lane. And what's really good for Team Dynamics is that the next objective is in the bottom lane. So this is a very similar situation as what they had in the previous game, where the objective is in opposing lanes at some point. Enemy team, or in this case Red Rockets, have to go deal with it, giving them a man advantage. And at some point they're going to have to deal with the top lane's catapults 100%.
It seems like Team Dynamics understands the value of lane pressure. I mean, they're just prepping lane, getting ready for things, so that even though they get in these team fights, which is about to happen right here, they have lane pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the Odin, the bunker come out. A nice attempt from Red Rocket to get something out of it, but you're not going to kill a Summer Ash with bunker available. Here's the re-engage. There they got the spooky ghost bill coming on out, reducing the damage. Only going to reduce the damage, though, of probably the 2 people that don't need it. And we saw a big whiff there on that Entomb, unfortunately.
I feel like Leo kind of needed that for the next engagement here on the point. So that's a really good information for Team Dynamics, but however, it's going to cost Red Rockets here on this next engagement.
Yeah, it's definitely going to cost them. And like you said, I feel like they need it, especially on these, on the treadmills. Basically, you walk in there, you can basically force someone into an Entomb. There's Summer Ash taking a lot of damage. The APOC comes out. The ring as well hits Stukov, but there is the counter engage. More damage coming on out, but it's not on the right targets. Tempest getting rather low. Captain Muramask is going to be able to escape, in part thanks to Raven X. There comes the arrow. Ooh. They all managed to walk away from this. Everyone on both sides. A very nice disengage. The arrow was a cheeky attempt to take out Diablo. But this is kind of bad if they do re-engage. They have no arrow available, much like they had no entomb for the initial fight. There's Mansley actually going to drop the entomb to try and delay this for as long as possible. Oh, Summer Ash getting poked down. There's the protector, but they're going to be fighting right here, right now. Taco taking a lot of damage, getting knocked away. He's unstoppable, but it's not going to be unstoppable from death, unfortunately. And there they go. Stun onto Real Murphy, but he's still going to slide away from that. And the protector is now on the chase, looking for the lives of Team Dynamics. They do secure one, but they lose the protector.
Yeah, excellent healing coming out by Stukov right now for Team Dynamics. Able just to kind of keep people alive, burst heals. Very strong on Stukov, and it works effectively with any team that kind of groups up so you get that one good spread going.
Yeah. I almost felt like Team Dynamics was going to get, much like their other fight, a lot of value there where they wind up cleaning up house. It looked really good for them for, a second there, taking out Garage, who is key tank for them in those fights.
Yeah, multiple tombs missed, but it didn't matter because Red Rocket is still able to use his protector right now, looking at the mid keep, possibly going to top.
Looks like there's more lag for Minsley, and he's actually going to back out. They could always drop a pause if they need it. And in the top lane, there were actually 4 catapults there. Really scary. Garage does respawn in time to clear them up, and they will once again have to keep responding to this. And there's another catapult on its way, one getting cleared up right now, and they'll have to repeatedly have to deal with this. They've yet to actually make their way over to keep and damage the front walls anywhere against Team Dynamics.
So we got bruisers, turrets, and health pack up. And it looks like Team Dynamics want that health pack before anything.
Yeah, I 100% agree with this. They see where people are on the map. There's only one of these, and there's obviously multiples that are much more safe to take, such as the turrets that you said and the siege, and then they can just walk on over. Looks like Red Rockets are going to be cheeky, try and come on in. They got Leo, but there's the arrow that's going to scout him out. Summer Ash coming on in with a 3-man stun. There's the root. Summer Ash caught all the way out. There is 1-man APOC going to be hit by it. The Ring of Frost going to be used. Odin coming on out now. There's a taunt on the Summer Ash, but Bunker is used. They are now fighting in a very, very tight space, both teams, and Mansley is going to be coming back in. There's the overpower onto Taku. Taku is getting chunked down right now. Captain Muramask is the focus of Red Rockets. Summer Ash now eating that blizzard, going to walk away under 500 health. Captain Muramask, 250 health, gets taken
Diablo
out.
down.
This is big. Once again, they've traded kills, but they reset his souls. So the one downside to this is that they help Team Dynamics get closer to 20 sooner rather than later.
Yeah, losing that Diablo did a little detrimental to their XP lead there. Excellent, again, work by the Stukov, isolating people with that silence, getting that low blow onto Diablo, which whittled him down enough just to end his soul reign there.
Yeah. It was, once again, it's impressive that Red Rocket can realize the situation that they have, which is like, okay, we lost Garage, but it's not something we can't win. Like, we can't trade. We can still trade a kill here, and they've done that, both times where they go in. They're like, okay, one down, doesn't matter. We can still fight this 5v4, and a lot of teams will say, just leave as soon as that 5v4 happens.
Garrosh almost getting that pick. He really wants to throw somebody back to his team right now, if he can.
Yeah.
Li Ming just kind of poking away, though. Hey, you can't come up to my team. You're going to eat some orbs. You're going to eat some missiles. Take this damage.
And that's the great thing about Ming. She drops bombs from far away, just like a Junkrat essentially does. And she can play really as safe as she wants to play. I mean, she did pick up the Calamity, but you don't need to fully commit and use Calamity the second someone appears either. So dropping bombs, using that magic missile, she's getting a lot of value. I mean, right now she's
Here's an interesting note. Red Rockets have 2 turrets prepped.
Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be big. There's Summer Ash going on in the Entomb. There's the APOC, the overpower onto Hanzo, and it's going to result in one day to Hanzo. Say goodbye. There's the end of the redemption. Ring of Frost coming on in, but Raven X is super low. It won't matter though. Humansley is getting focused on down. They take out the Hanzo, they take out the Garrosh, and say goodbye to the spooky ghost Leo. Kadra is next up on the list, and there they go. There it is. 3 members down, technically 4. You just don't see the respawn time on Leo, and they are now going to march their way onto the core. They have only to deal with Malfurion. Malfurion, can you save the day? There is a nice route actually coming out. Only captures 1, unfortunately. But Team Dynamics have done it. A very decisive team fight. Unlike the rest of the game, where it's been a very large back and forth between both teams. Once again, I mean, you can see 9 kills to 4 kills, with 4 of those kills happening literally at the end of the game.
Yeah, excellent play by Team Dynamics. I mean, just the Stukov heals, the Odin combined with Diablo's rush, they did not matter. They did not care about the frost rings or anything coming out on the side of Red Rockets there.
Yeah, they basically kind of just man-moded through all of that. They scared off the enemy team, were able to just push on through and say, hey, doesn't matter. we're seeing these kills. We got the Hanzo kill, which is huge part of your damage. I mean, if we look at these damage numbers, Hanzo was 13k more damage than Jaina. So in part, Real Murphy dying almost immediately in that team fight nullified almost all the damage coming out from Red Rockets. That singular moment, which we had yet to really see, because they had getting kills on Garrosh, but they had never gotten a kill on one of the squishy targets, which really was the decisive fight. And it feels like someone either said, like, we need to focus one of the squishies down, or Captain Muramask realized Hanzo's out of position, and I actually have the opportunity now because Hanzo was way too far forward and was able to get picked by that Diablo.
Yeah, even though Tomb came out, the Frost Rings came out, you had bunkers, you had Stukov burst heals, you had the Odin just applying pressure to anybody trying to step up. It was just too much. Too much damage, too much healing coming out from the side of Team Dynamics. And they realized that, even though Red Rockets had 2 turrets prepped and they had all that potential damage. Like you said, the Hanzo got picked early, which affected their chance to even apply any damage.
Yeah. And lo and behold, that's what happens when your damage gets melted. And they just kind of walk away with the rest of the team fight after that. Let me see if I can get Raven in here.